Hello everyone, I'm Kathi Powers, Superintendent with the Twinsburg City School District. Welcome to Twinsburg Schools Today. Well, I'm really excited about this show because for this show we're going to highlight some outstanding students at Twinsburg High School. You know, at the end of the year we do senior send-off, which highlights 4 of our graduating seniors. But I was thinking about what kind of show we wanted to have in the fall of this school year, and I thought, geez, it would be great just to highlight some of our outstanding students so that you get to know a little bit about what student life is like at Twinsburg High School. So first I'd like to introduce my guests. First we have Sophie.
Hi, I'm Sophie Rodin. I'm a senior, 12th grade, class of
That's
2023. And I'm just so thankful for being on the show. Thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot.
I'm excited to talk to you today. Thanks for being here, Sophie. And then we have Taylor.
I'm Taylor. I'm a freshman, class of 2026, and it's my first year of high school, so I'm excited.
Good. I can hardly wait to hear about all of the things that you have experienced in just a few weeks at the high school campus.
Yeah, it's good so far.
Very good, very good. It's going to get better as it goes on, I'm sure of that. All right, and Jacob, welcome to the show.
I'm Jacob Maluyao. I'm a sophomore, and I love show choir. I'm in Great Expectations right now.
Well, that's one of our premier student activities at Twinsburg High School. It has been there for many, many years.
Yeah.
So I'll be interested in you sharing a little bit with our viewers here today about what it's like to be in show choir and all that looks like. Yeah. All right, and finally, Jaren, welcome to our show.
Hi, I'm Jaren Jenyk, and I'm just excited to be here today with everyone and talk to you all about the high school.
Great. Well, you know, before the show, I was sharing with you all the statistic that 80% of our residents don't have a direct connection to our school district. We have a lot of folks that might have had students pass through Twinsburg High School. Maybe their children have gone off to college, gone off to careers. Maybe they're new to our community and don't have kids in our school district yet. And so this is our chance to just brag a little bit about what goes on at Twinsburg High School and what makes it such a great place to go to school. So let's start. You know, when you think about going to school at the high school, we have this blue and white schedule. And within that blue and white schedule, you have all kind of opportunities that you can participate in. You get to pick your schedule forecast in the spring prior to this year. So what kind of classes are you all busy with during the school day?
Well, being a senior, we have the awesome chance to have early release and late arrival, which is the best thing ever.
You've earned it, right?
Yeah, I hope so. But I only have 5 classes this year, and you know, as I've gotten older in high school, I've taken more rigorous courses. Mm-hmm. But I mean, on my white days, I'm done at 11:20, and on my blue days, I'm done at 1:20. So those 5 classes are just like pretty much your basic standard classes. You got an English, a math, a science, and a history, so it's just, and then like one elective. So it's really easy, very nice, and that is definitely a perk of being a senior.
But you worked really hard to get to this year, so up to your senior year, you've been very busy.
Yes, I've taken a lot of AP classes, honors classes, because, you know, you just gotta look good for college.
That's right, you gotta be ready.
Yeah, but the teachers have been amazing, and I've learned so much from all the classes, even though some of them were very difficult. Mm-hmm. Definitely well worth the class and well worth the time that I spent doing the homework and studying and everything.
For sure. Mm-hmm. Well, you're just a step away to college and beyond.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be here before you know
it's
it.
Scary.
So for my underclassmen here, what kind of classes are you all taking?
So I'm taking the regular freshman classes. I have 2 honors classes. I take honors English and then honors history. And then my elective I picked, I had Spanish, and then I had intro to business, and then health and success. So switch off like every quarter. And I like them so far. The teachers are really nice, and like they understand we're coming from middle school and it's a jump. Mm-hmm. So they're a great supportive system so far, and it's only been like less than a month. So
what do you find is the hardest transition from the middle school to the high school?
I'd say the work and the days, like your schedule, it's different. Mm-hmm. 8th grade, we have all 8 classes in one day. High school, it's 4. They're longer, so sometimes it feels more exhausting, sometimes it feels quicker. Yeah. I feel like it depends on the person, but I feel like it's over time, it's going to be an easy switch. Like, I'm already finding the switch.
You've sort of gotten into a routine by this point.
Right, yeah.
That's great. What about you, Jacob? What kind of classes are you in?
I'm an underclassman as well, so unfortunately I do not have that early release and late arrival. So my schedule's pretty packed, but I am in all honors and AP classes that are not my electives. and I do take sign language this year, which I love. I love sign language so much. I have so much fun in that class. And show choir, which is double blocked, which means I have it both days, blue and white day, second block. And like I said, I love it so much, and it's really the best start of my day, especially if it's in the morning.
That's great. Now, I don't know if our residents know, but sign language is actually considered to be a world language.
Right.
So you get your world language credit
Right.
by taking sign language.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And Jaren, I'm sure you're busy with your schedule too.
Yeah, so after high school, I want to pursue like a STEM degree, so I'm taking a lot of STEM-oriented classes this year. So I'm in 2 science classes and 2 math classes. And then I'm also taking a world language. I'm taking Spanish and orchestra this year.
So you have a packed schedule,
Yeah.
keeping you very busy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's amazing. You know, the last 2.5 years have been so different, and I'm really glad that in this year of 2022-23, it appears like we're back to normal for the most part. So can you share with our viewers a little bit about how the last 2 years have been? Don't want to really focus too much on that, but it has been different. And now we enter into the 22-23 school year, and it's pretty typical. You go in high school, you don't have to worry about the masks. You don't have to worry so much about physical distance. Do you have any other thoughts about the difference between this year versus the last 2?
I mean, we were just talking about this earlier, how, I mean, being a senior, COVID hit when I was in my freshman year, end of freshman year, which I'm actually kind of thankful for because I wasn't, going to be graduating in the year where we were at RBC, and I, I got very lucky with my age and my grade placement. But yeah, we were just talking about this and how it was very different, very, very different. Sophomore year, we were at RBC, and we all had masks on. Our classes were about 6 to 12 people, maybe.
Small groups.
Very small groups. No one talked. No one said a word. And then last year, even though we had masks on, it was immediately like a switch. Immediately, and you're with all your friends. Everyone was together. Classes were filled again, and it was just so nice. It was very nice. And this year's complete. I couldn't ask for a better senior year so far. It's going great. So
it's great. It's
awesome.
back to being how it should
Yeah.
be, social. I always say school is a social thing, and that means being together and just having fun, not only in class but out of class. And Taylor, for your class, this is the 3rd campus you've been in 3 years.
Yeah, it has.
A lot of adjustment there.
It has been a lot of adjustment. So COVID hit when I was in 6th grade, so March we went home, and I feel like we were all 12, 11, so it was a big jump. No one was used to wearing masks. Some people never even heard of masks. It was weird to them. So, I mean, it was different because we were learning online. We were 6th graders. We weren't really in the best, accustomed state. So then 7th grade year, we could go to school every other day, or we could stay home. My parents chose for me and my brother to stay home, which I think could be hard or easy depending on the kid. Me and my brother, we adjust pretty easy to it, but it was definitely different. We could not in person talk to our teachers. I've never met some of the teachers I've had in 7th grade, so it was definitely weird. And fortunately, 9th grade year, 8th grade year, I could come back into the building. 8th grade, I could get used to actual school. I was 2 years older, so I mean, it was a pretty good adjustment, and I'm happy for it because we overcame challenges as a person and a school and a world. So
Yeah, but it's a big change. And I know, Jaren, you said that you're very interested in STEM. And when we switched from being on campus to the world of technology, for some students, it was an easy switch. How did you find the reliance on Chromebooks and learning virtually sometimes? It was a big adjustment, I'm sure.
Yeah, so getting used to Chromebooks was definitely kind of hard, but I actually think that they're really helpful for especially STEM classes and stuff. They're really good materials, and we were never really online before. Most of everything we did was on paper, but moving to online, and we added some paper back this year, and I think it's actually been a really good balance. We're able to do some stuff on paper and some online.
I think it's a good thing that we've learned to, as you say, balance, because you don't want to be too over-reliant to screen time. And again, school is a social thing, and we want our students to be able to group together and work on projects together and not be so overly reliant to doing everything on a computer. And I know in your world, Jacob, with your performance arts that are so important, had to have been a real struggle.
Right.
You would have been at the middle school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The middle school, there's still RBC Singers, which is also a show choir, but it was very awkward, and we had to, although we did perform on stage, we had to still be 6 feet apart, separated with masks on. And one of the biggest parts about show choir is your face and how you can present it to the audience. And we couldn't really do that, and it was very limited on what we could do, but I think we pulled through. And as a hands-on learner, I did not very much like it at all. And I didn't realize how much I missed real, like, actual school until I actually got to the year last year where I could, because a lot of people's faces changed as well, and like I could talk to them very easily. And although having the same 12 people in the same class is comfortable sometimes, it's a lot better if I could, like, you know, walk around the building and be social around the entire place.
Interact too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a great perspective. Well, I'm grateful that we are where we are in history, and you'll be telling your children and grandchildren about the pandemic when you were in school, and they'll be like, "What are you talking about?" But you've lived through history, right? And the great thing is you've all been very successful getting to this point. And one of the reasons why I invited you to the show today is because not only are you really focused and great students, but beyond the school day, you're all very committed to something special that we want to talk about in their extracurriculars and co-curriculars that you're involved in. So, Jaren, I'm going to start with you this time, and I know that orchestra is really important to you, and you're also an athlete. So can you share with our viewers a little bit about what you do beyond the school day?
So beyond the school day, I have cross country after school in the fall. I run cross country, and I have practice after school, and then after practice a lot, I'll have music where I'll either go to lessons or I'll perform for like ensembles and stuff, because I really enjoy just playing music. And it's really cool, especially recently, there's a lot of ensembles that have been looking for the instrument that I play. I play the double bass.
Double bass.
And it's not like a super common instrument, so a lot have been looking for bassists, and so I just kind of help out. I go play whenever I can.
So for the sake of orchestra class, you've been with Mr. Khan a number of years then?
Yeah.
Does this date all the way back to when you were in 4th grade?
Mm-hmm.
Goodness gracious, that's a long time.
Yeah.
And so what has hooked you into being in orchestra that long time?
So I actually started playing the viola, and it was my brother started playing it before me, so I started playing the same instrument as him, and I actually found that it wasn't really my instrument. It wasn't like my thing. In our orchestra, we didn't have any double bassists, so I switched to double bass, and then I've just loved playing ever since. And Mr. Khan has been great, and he's a really, really good teacher, so it's been great to have orchestra with him for all this time.
Yeah, I'm always amazed when I see a concert that the students in orchestra have been together since 4th graders, and it just seems that you stick to your craft and you become so proficient and honestly excellent. Our orchestra is known for just outstanding, superb performances. Yeah, and we were talking about the fact that the orchestra is traveling this year.
Yeah, so we're going to Disney in the spring, and we're going to go with the band, and we're going to perform in Disney. So
It's going to be one big, giant group of kids.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to stay in the performance, and we're going to go to Jacob here. So we have an orchestra, very excellent member of our Twinsburg High School Orchestra, and now we have our very excellent member of Great Expectations. I'm a groupie of Great Expectations. So why don't you share a little bit with our audience about what are the Great Expectations?
So the Great Expectations is our show choir, Twinsburg Show Choir, and we compete for the past few years because of COVID just around the state, but in the past we've won a lot around the whole entire country, from California to New York, from coast to coast, and we're pretty show choirly world renowned, and it's just a lot of fun. I love dancing. I've been dancing since I was like 2 years old, And then singing came up like a little later, and then my brother joined RBC Singers, and then I watched one of his performances, and I was like, he combined the two things that I love, so why don't I just do the same thing? So I got to 7th grade, and then I started in RBC Singers, and then I built a foundation to where I am right now. Yeah.
What does it look like for practice? Because it's always amazing. Lights go up, curtain opens, and then we have this spectacular show. I know we double block the class at the high school.
Right.
What about after school hours, your commitment to your craft?
So after school, it's Monday and Thursday, 3 to 5. It's mostly choreography, which is the dancing. It's very tedious because at this point, most of our choreography has been built already, and it's just polishing and cleaning the moves. So it's over and over again until it looks to how we look on the stage. And it's pretty tiring, and as you saw us, we're running now to build up our endurance, so we're not very out of breath on stage.
Yeah, I always think that the show choir, students in show choir are quite athletic because it's hard, and ladies will understand. I mean, girls have heels on, and they're dancing around and on the risers, and the guys are doing all these acrobatic routines almost, and so you really have to have good health, and you have to be in really physically fit
Right.
shape to be able to do this well.
Right.
Well, I'm excited. Can't wait to see the show. That's great. Now, Taylor, I know that you are really committed to an important two sports. You want to share a little bit about that?
So basketball, we have started open gyms, so we're kind of getting used to the new team. We have 12 good freshmen coming in, so we're hoping to make a change to the program. And we have seniors and juniors that are really good too, and we have potential. And with Coach Lumen, or the assistant principal, he's a good coach, and he's there to support us, and he's there for us, and we know he's not going to quit on us. So he's there for us, we're all there for each other. So we're hoping to make a change to everything.
Well, it's only October for the show, and you're talking basketball, and that's a winter sport. So what's going on at this point of the year? You're not actually playing games.
Yeah, so we're doing open gyms Tuesday, Thursday, sometimes Friday, depending on gym availability. But actually today we have an open gym later, and we're doing outdoor workouts, so we're all going to work with each other, get stronger together, and just build a bond.
That's a good thing. You have to have that culture, I guess, right?
Right.
And then if you're not playing basketball, what else are you doing?
So I like to run too, so track, short distances, sprints, workouts. I like to go to the gym with my dad and my brother, and we all work together as a family to get stronger, so.
Well, that's great. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, I can hardly wait for winter sports season to begin, because I've been hearing great things from Coach Lumen about how this team is really gelling together, and I really hear that the freshman girls are going to be something to watch through your entire career at Twinsburg High School. It's going to be fun. I hope we have a lot of our viewers come out and watch the girls basketball team play this year. All right, and my senior, here we are. And I was just at senior night last week or something like that, and I cannot believe it.
It's crazy.
Lady Tigers, right?
Yeah. So I play soccer. That's my main sport. I also throw for track and field. I'm a thrower, which I don't get a lot of, but it's fun. It's a great experience. But right now, soccer is number one. Soccer goes from, we start conditioning in February, and we go till about late October, sometimes November, depending on how good we do in the season. But right now we're 9-0, so undefeated.
That's great.
And really a lot of credit just to my whole team. Soccer is such a team sport, and we're more like a family than a team, and they're amazing. And our coaches are phenomenal. But it's a lot of dedication, a lot of work. We go 6 days a week. We have soccer, our only off days are Sunday. And all throughout summer, we're training. I think June is Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then once we get into July, it's every single day of the week. And it's really nonstop, but I couldn't ask for anything better. It's so amazing. And you mentioned team bonding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We do so much team bonding for soccer. Literally, people always joke around that we're inseparable, but honestly, it's true. We are very, very connected.
Wouldn't you say that's true about all your groups?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Girls
Yeah.
basketball
Very
and
much so.
track and GE and the orchestra and Lady Tiger soccer. I think that's part of being in high school and having that really positive, high school experience, and then supporting each other. I mean, Sophie, you came out to the tennis senior night, or senior afternoon last week, and it was so nice that you came to support a whole different team.
Yeah.
And what does that mean to you when you see crowds in the audience for performances, or you see crowds at the stadium, or crowds in the gym? What does that mean to you, and why is that important that you have people in the seats just cheering you on?
I think to me it just means that we're not just doing this for ourselves. Like for soccer we have youth night, and so many little kids who are younger are coming and watching us play soccer, and then they ask for our autographs at the end, like we're famous, and it just really means like seeing people come and seeing them cheering and getting happy when, you know, we save a goal or we score a goal. It's like we're doing it for everyone's enjoyment, for ourselves, for everyone else, and it's great. It's like I love seeing people come and support, and that's why I love going to supporting everyone else. We went to the volleyball game right after the tennis match, and went to support there because every team, no matter what, GE is a team in my eyes, orchestra, everything, like going to support, especially one another from your fellow students, just means that there are other people who care about what you're doing, and it's not just for yourself. And I love it.
I think all of us have practiced very, very hard, and the shows, the games, the competitions, they're just a product of what we made from the very beginning. And seeing people come to see our final product and they're happy with it, it just makes us happy. And of course, happiness is what everybody wants. Like, and being the product of people's happiness in the audience just makes you feel better as a performer, as an athlete, or
You know, and it's true what you say. You work so hard at your craft, and each of you are very different from the next, right? I mean, you've all keyed into something that's really special to you, that sparks your interest, that makes you work hard. And it's so great then when you have the support behind you to say, yeah, I'm going to come out and watch you perform. I'm going to see that game. I'm going to be in the stands. And I think if we can send one message to our residents is come on out and watch what happens at Twinsburg High School, because we have so many great things going on every night of the week. There's something going on, I think, and it's just so much fun. And I know behind all of this, behind the excitement of all the activities that you so love to participate in, are people that are supporting you besides your friends. And if you could think about one teacher or one coach or maybe it's a family member that's just been your biggest cheerleader, who would that be? Any idea?
I got one.
Yeah.
Definitely not just me. Mr. Lundy, he is an art teacher at the high school. He is special because he doesn't very much talk like a teacher towards you. He touches like a friend, like someone who supports you, and he encourages you to be who you really are. And he's different, more different than any other teacher there, which a lot of us can relate to. Yeah.
And so do you have him for art class? He's one of our art educators?
Yes, I had him last year. And yeah, there's just like, he started at a soft opening with his life story, which made me feel like I already had a personal connection with him.
That's great.
So, yeah.
That's great. He's a cheerleader then.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. But anybody else want to share a cheerleader that they have come to really love and that person's really encouraged you along the way?
I think there's a lot of teachers that are like that in the high school, especially. I mean, I know a couple, like Mrs. Wolf from the English department, Ms. Komet from the science department. I think overall, like, and I'm probably biased because he's my coach, but Mr. Garber truly is a huge supporter. I was lucky enough to have him in the classroom and then also as a coach out of the classroom. And as a teacher, he's very, very good. Like, he's genuinely just a very good teacher. You can tell he's passionate about what he's talking about. And I learned so much. He's a history teacher. Yeah. But I learned so much in his class. And outside of the classroom, being a coach, he is so, like, he pushes you to work your hardest. And not even in a way where he's yelling at you, just he does everything with you. And when you see your coach go through all the motions that you're going through, it makes it so much easier. And it makes you want to work that much harder. And he really is an amazing guy, and he's incredible.
We're lucky he's on our staff, for sure.
Yes.
For sure. Anybody else that is a cheerleader for either of you?
So I have a couple. My family, obviously, they're amazing.
Of course.
And then all the teachers I've had through like the Twinsburg School District have been great. I think so. In 5th grade, I had Mrs. Booker as an English teacher in social studies, and then she moved up the next year to 6th grade, and I got her again, which was amazing. And I felt a more personal connection to her because she was more of a mentor too. She always made sure we were being disciplined, and she treated us almost as young adults in the 6th grade, which felt amazing. She gave us homework every night, so I feel like I learned a lot in just 6th grade, and I can look back and truly say that she developed me as more than a student, but I was ready for life too. And it was great to have like my parents at home, my mom and my dad, but also a teacher there that plays like a mentor role and helps you with life.
Now, she's going to be so proud to hear you say that.
She was amazing.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that.
For me, it's Miss Komet, like you mentioned before. Yeah, Miss Komet. She got me into cross country when I was coming into 9th grade. So I used to play football, but that year I decided that it was just too much for me, and she really helped me get involved with like the cross country team and just get involved for like a lot of my freshman year. She was also my science teacher my freshman year, so it was great having her as a coach and a teacher. And we just talk about biology sometimes. We just, yeah.
That's right up your alley.
Yeah, it is.
For sure. Yeah, she's such a great advocate for students, student athletes, and students who want to do that next step into a career in the sciences. So great connection there. Well, I hope our viewers today just got a glimpse inside Twinsburg High School and why it's such a great place. And it's a great place because of students like you, but I'm just so delighted that you took the time out of your classes, and know, viewers, that they all came out of classes that are pretty intense, stepped aside this afternoon to be a part of the show and just share with you a little bit about why we're so excited about Twinsburg High School. And when our students graduate from Twinsburg High School, they are ready to go on to whatever future they've determined because they're so committed to being the best students that they can, both inside and outside the classroom. So thanks for being my guest today, and I can hardly wait to see you all perform. No matter what it is that you're going to be doing, it's going to be fun to see you do your best. And before you know it, Sophie, it's going to be commencement. So hang on tight, enjoy the senior year, and thank you for being on the show today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
You're very welcome. Well, so that concludes our show for October of our Twinsburg City School District, Twinsburg Schools Today. As you can tell, I'm just so proud of all of our students, all 4,100 students in our school district, but particularly proud today of these 4 outstanding students from Twinsburg High School. I hope that you have a chance to come out and support the students, be a part of this excitement, come out to a game or a performance, because they see you in the stands, they see you in the seats, and they really do appreciate your support. Have a great day, everyone, and I hope to see you soon at one of our many events in the Twinsburg City School District. Goodbye.